Students, we are starting with a new topic of our 10th ICSE, shares and dividend. To start with the actual topic, let me give you all few examples. Suppose one fine day, I decided that I just wanted to start a new firm. I just wanted to start a new company. Okay, please pay attention this over here in my story. The entire chapter I'll explain you with the help of the story. Please pay attention. One fine day I realized that I should open a new company, a new firm. Let us say the name of the company is ABC Limited. Okay. Me and my friend also is there with me. So I told him, yeah, we need to start with a new firm known as ABC Limited. He told me, do you know anything how much money is required to start a new company? Over here in our case it's named with ABC Limited. I told him, no, really I don't know, please help me out. He told me to start a new company, any company, minimum amount of money you require will be rupees 1 lakh. 1 and 5 zeros, 1 lakh rupees. When he told this, I started laughing because at that time hardly I was having any money. I can say I have 500 or 1000 bucks with me. So it was like impossible for me to start a new firm because minimum amount required to start any company is 1 lakh. Then at that time my friend suggested me that, hey dude, do one thing, let's have money from the public. So I told him, acha, so you want me to go to door and ask, paisa de de bhai, paisa de de, like this? You want me to beg to someone? He told me, no need of begging. I'm not telling you to beg. You make public partners in your company. Then I told him, how is it possible? First of all, I don't have my company, and then you are saying to make partners for a thing which is not existing itself. Then what he told, please see on the board very carefully. He told me, we'll launch shares in the market. Okay. For example, rate of one share. We both, the owners of the company, me and my friend, decided that one share of our company ABC Limited will be just of rupees 10. Students, I repeat, I, the owner, and my friend, we both are the owners of this company, decided that shares of our company in the market will be just of rupees 10. This price we decided this price, right? So now the price which is decided by the owners of the company, is called as the face value. In entire chapter, in every problem, minimum 3 to 5 times we will be coming across with this word face value, and it's allowed in the board exam to write it as capital F, capital V in the abbreviated form, face value FV, or its another name is nominal value, NV. I repeat, face value called as FV, nominal value called as NV, both are synonyms of each other. So as far as this chapter is concerned, I'll be always using face value. I'll be writing FV. You can write NV also. Both are one and the same, but we will be using this. Okay, let's come back to our story. We wanted money. How much? 1 lakh. My friend suggested me, let's introduce the shares of our company in a market so that we can get funds. Each share is rupees 10. We, the owners, decided. So this rupees 10 is what? Face value or nominal value. Okay, beautiful. Then afterwards, he told me what we will be doing is, we will introduce, because we wanted 1 lakh. Okay, so we will introduce 10,000 shares in the market. What we will introduce? 10,000 number of shares in the market. So it's very common, it's very obvious that rupees 10 when multiplied with 10,000, cost of one share is rupees 10. We decided it as the owners, and we are introducing how many shares? This is the quantity, number of shares. We are introducing 10,000 shares in the market. So when 10 gets multiplied with 10,000, we'll get 1 lakh rupees easily. So there can be people who are purchasing one share, there can be people who are purchasing two shares. So at that proportion, they will be our partners. Okay, okay, fine, I told. Great. Then there was a question that why people will purchase our shares. Why people will purchase our shares. So we saw other companies, how they do. So we got to know that always all the companies have rate of dividend mentioned. Rate of dividend. This dividend means you just consider for now as bonus. Okay, so how much bonus, how much dividend rate? Rate means percentage. Always remember, the word rate in maths means percentage. So percentage of dividend or percentage of bonus, always companies announce. Okay, so based on this rate of dividend, it's like an attractive policy by the owners of the company to attract the people to purchase their shares. Okay, so up till now, students, up till now we have discussed few things. See here, the rate called upon by the owners of the company is called as face value, FV, or nominal value, NV. Both are exactly same. So if at all NV is given in the question, I write FV, then also it's fine. Okay, then number of shares. This is the quantity. I explained you that we are introducing these many shares. And why people will purchase my shares? Based on, of course, they will see many things, that my company is in profit, my company is either in loss, but one of the factors they will look will be the rate of dividend, percentage of dividend. Okay, now students, I want to explain you that how people will purchase these shares. So the people will be purchasing my shares, and the price by which they will purchase our shares is called as market value. MV. It's called as market value. I repeat, face value or nominal value, these were the figures which owners decide. What is this market value? Now, market value is the price paid. Market value is the price paid by the people for our shares, for the shares of the company to purchase. Okay, it's the synonym, we can say that it's the similar concept like selling price. If you go to a shop and you ask the shopkeeper for how much price this marker is, for example, he says this marker costs rupees 20. So you can say this 20 is selling price for this marker, or in other words, in the case of shares, the rupees 20 is the market value of this marker. So in our chapter we'll say market value of shares. Okay, so market value is the current rate at which the shares of a specific company is sold in the market. So market value depends or of three types. First case will be, understand, see, I am explaining you with story so that you can realize, no need of rote learning something, just stay tuned on the board. There can be a case, students, that my company ABC Limited is in high demand. People are just running for the shares of my company. So my shares are in high demand. So if at all shares of my company are in high demand, that case is called as above par. This is a very, very important term, above par. I'll highlight this term because various times we will see this term in the questions. Above par. The shares of my company are in high demand. So my rates of the shares of my company will be above par. Okay, above par. Now what does this above par means? Above par means that the rate at which my shares, the ABC Limited shares, are being sold in the market value is greater than the face value. Face value is the rate which we owners decided, rupees 10 was the official rate. But because there is a high demand of our shares, so our shares are being sold in the market above par. Above par means market value is more than the face value. My shares are available in the market at rupees 11, rupees 12, rupees 20. So more than the face value which was decided by the owners of the company. So above par means market value is greater than the face value. And this case of above par, this case of market value greater than face value is also called as the premium, at premium. At premium. So you should know all three things. Above par means market value is greater than the face value. And when premium is mentioned, that also means above par. So if they mention premium, it means above par. If they mention above par, it means premium. All three terminologies are same. Any one will be expressed in your question. But you should be knowing this. Above par or premium means market value is more than the face value. Okay. Next we have is at par. This was above par. Now I have at par. At par means there is no such high demand of my company, no such low demands also. We are very stable. So my market value is same as the face value. That means my shares are available in the market at the same rate at which we did as the owners decided. So they are available at same rupees 10. We decided the face value as 10 and they are available in 10 rupees only. So it is at par. Okay, it is at par, balanced out. Now comes the another case. The another case, students, is first year it was high demand. What do you mean by high demand? High demand, when there will be high demand of my shares, there will be high demand of my shares only when my company is in huge profit. It's very obvious. When my company is in huge profit, then only there will be high demand. Okay, so I can add one more word over here. When my company is in huge profit, then only there will be high demand for me. So here it was a profit case. Here it was a balanced case. Will not say like this that there is no profit over here. Okay, I'm not saying that there is no profit. There will be profit, but there is not huge demand in the market. Okay, but here there is high demand because company is in much profit. Here also there is profit, but it is at par case. Market value is equal to face value. And here comes the case that I am very sad that my company is in loss. There is no production, and in the annual rates, my rate of people are not purchasing my shares. Although I have decided that my company ABC Limited shares should be available at rupees 10, but nobody is purchasing. Those people who have purchased, now they are selling it off. So now what will be the case? People will say, no Baba, we will not take these shares in rupees 10. So then I should have some marketing schemes within me. Why I need to market? What became the need that I should have some marketing strategies? Because my company is in loss. So I should have some marketing schemes. Okay, what marketing schemes I will be giving? What marketing schemes? I will announce discount. I will give away my shares in discount. So these are the lucrative policies that, looking at the discount tag, people may attract. Okay, fine. Now this company is in loss, then afterwards it will be in profit. So we as a company provide discount. So once again, students, let me explain you once again. This is the case for what? For loss. And this case is called as below par. I'll highlight this, below par. And in this case, my market value will always be less than the face value. My market value will always be the less than the face value. So students, everything on the board. Whenever company is in loss, so there will be no demand. So that is called below par. Below par means my shares are available in rupees 8 and 9 because nobody is purchasing. So I need to give them discount. So whenever word discount comes, that means what? That means your shares are available below par. When below par comes means it's the case of discount, and whatever comes, that means market value is always less than the face value. Okay, at par means both are equal, above par means market value is greater than the face value. Okay, one last thing students, whenever the case of premium is given, then you need to find market value for that case. So how to do it, we'll see in the question, but always whenever the word premium is given in the question, then we need to find out the market value, and premium is always calculated on face value. Similarly, discount is always calculated on face value, and here we have at par. Now you should copy this. Please pause the video and copy the entire board. First, the very important thing I'll give you all is the note. The best part of the chapter is we just have 3 formulas: first, second and third. First, second and third. We just have 3 formulas. If you understand these 3 formulas, there's nothing else in this chapter. It's so simple. You just have to know 3 formulas. The data will be given to you all. What you need to do is just apply the formula, substitute the values and get the answers. So 3 formulas, that's it. Okay, starting with, now I'm giving you the first formula. The first formula. Before starting or giving you all the basic formula, once again I like to explain you one thing, students, on the board. Let us suppose, students, that as you all know, I like chocolates very much. One chocolate costs rupees 2, for example. One chocolate costs rupees 2. Okay. Now total money I have in my pocket is just rupees 30, for example. I repeat again, one chocolate costs rupees 2. Total money I have in my pocket is rupees 30. Now very difficult, and the first question from this chapter on the board. Yeah, I'm sure that some of you might solve this. Find out for me number of chocolates I can purchase. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Total money I have is rupees 30 and one chocolate is rupees 2. So can I say it is nothing but 30 upon 2? Yeah. What is this 2? This 2 is what? This 2 is the price of one chocolate. And what is this 30? This 30 is the total money I have with me. Okay, see. I'll show you. I'll relate this chocolates with shares now. So here the first thing we have is, every time this question is asked, number of shares. Number of shares. Here number of shares means number of chocolates. Okay, it's what? 30 upon 2. Total money I am having in my pocket upon the price of one chocolate. The total money which I have in my pocket in the case of this chapter is called as the investment. How much I want to invest. Here in this case I wanted to invest 30 rupees. So it is investment. Upon price of one chocolate, price of one share is called as market value. Whenever MV is written, it's by default market value or price of one value. Okay, so investment upon market value gives you the number of shares. If they ask you investment will be what? Number of shares multiplied with market value. But just remember this form. That's it. You all just remember this form. I'll erase these chocolates. Okay. Moving on to the second formula. Very, very important formula. I can say since the last 20 years, in all the questions this is asked. Because there is nothing, no variations in this chapter. This chapter is very simple. Second formula, the name of the formula or the formula is about dividend. Is about dividend. Okay, before giving you the formula, I like to tell you one thing. Dividend is same as income. Income is same as profit. Profit is same as returns. So if they ask you returns, this formula. If they ask you profit, this formula. If they ask you income, this formula. All are synonyms of each other. Okay, dividend, if they ask income, profit, returns, you just have to use the formula which I am giving you over here. What is the formula for dividend? Dividend is face value. Okay, face value. It is the value of the share which owners of the company kept. Face value multiply by number of shares. Face value multiplied with by number of shares, okay, multiplied by rate of dividend. Rate of dividend. Face value multiply by number of shares multiply by rate of dividend. I want you all students to repeat this twice, thrice with me fast. Dividend is what? Dividend is same as income, is same as profit, is same as returns. Is what? Dividend, the formula. Face value multiplied by, yeah, please say face value. Here, face value multiplied by number of shares multiplied by rate of dividend. Rate of dividend will be given to you. And just one more thing I need to add, whenever any percentage is given in the question and they have not mentioned anything, then by default it is rate of dividend. Rate means percentage of dividend which the owners of the company give to the people who have purchased their shares. Okay, face value, please repeat last time, multiply by number of shares multiply by rate of dividend. Okay, that's it. First formula you understood. Second formula. Now comes, students, the third formula, and this formula I call it as magical formula. I call it as magical formula. Really, it is a magical formula because it has various concepts in it and big things you can solve easily. Okay, the formula is on the board. Market value multiplied by percentage of return is equal to face value multiplied by rate of dividend percentage. It's the same. Okay, because there's no place over here, that's why I'm writing in this short form. Rate of dividend, ROD, rate of dividend percentage. This is called as a magical formula. That this also gives us a fact. It's a formula, and of course this gives us a fact that when market value multiplied by percentage of return, this product of these two terms is always equal to product of face value multiplied by rate of dividend. Okay, fine. So we have these three formulas only. Okay, now let's debate or argue on few things. I just wanted to tell you, students, just 2.5 minutes before I told you all that dividend is equal to income, is equal to profit, is equal to returns. I told you all, and it is true, yes, the dividend is same as income, is same as profit, is same as returns. But now I'm telling you all that percentage of returns or percentage of profit, it's same, is not equal to percentage of dividend, which we also call it as rate of dividend. You must be thinking why. The answer is, please see carefully. When we speak regards to non-percentage, with regards to the value in this chapter, dividend, income, profit returns, they all are same. If they ask you to find the profit, you apply this formula. If they ask you to find returns, you apply this formula. That's it. But if they ask you percentage of returns, so students, understand this word. Please, I want all of you to see on the board. All of you, please see on the board. If they ask you percentage of returns, this percentage of returns and percentage of profit is something different. Percentage of returns and percentage of profit depends upon at what price you have purchased the shares. If you are smart enough, then you must have purchased the shares when the prices were low. And if you are dumb, you must have purchased the shares when the prices are high. So percentage returns depends upon your costing, at what rate you have purchased. जब मार्केट में क्या भाव चल रहा था शेयर का, which is called as market value, उस पर डिपेंड करेगा percentage of returns. But rate of dividend, the percentage of dividend which is given by the owners of the company as a bonus, it will not depend upon the market value. The owners will say, Baba, we don't care if our shares are given at a high rate or if given at the low rates. We will announce our rate of dividends. We will announce our dividends based on the face value which we decided as the owners. Understanding? So it might be the case that you are a dumb and you have purchased a 10 rupees shares at above par. You have purchased above par a 10 rupees shares in 12 rupees. So we will not give you the rate of dividend. The bonus percentage will not be calculated on your price at what you have purchased. We will calculate on what we decided the price, which is the face value. So I just wanted to say, percentage of returns and percentage of profit, this both are same. Whenever we speak to percentage, it is not equal to percentage of dividend, which 99% of times is called as rate of dividend in our chapter. Okay, so this is the reason. Now once again, why this formula is important, a magical formula. If they both are equal, then they both must have been cancelled out. But this is different and this is different. Percentage returns are calculated on your costing at what price you purchase, and dividend is declared by the percentage of dividend is based on the face value, the price which owners keep for the shares. Understanding, students? So, and this is a fact that market value multiplied by percentage of returns is face value multiplied by rate of dividend. The derivation of this formula is not there in your syllabus. Okay, you need to memorize this formula, and all the sums will be solved by these three formulas. You should pause the video and just copy down all the things which I have mentioned on the board. At last, just 1 minute more, and a very, very, very important thing, I want to give you all. Please see this, very important. In all the questions, you will see this format. Rupees something written over here, then word shares is mentioned, then given at rupees, some price is mentioned here. For example, if I say here it's given to me 70 and here it's given to me 50, how will you read it? I have just picked up this sentence from your questions only. This is the most confusing. So please see this. This is a note. This note 1 deals with 3 formulas and note 2 is this. That's it. No more notes. Rupees 70 shares at rupees 50. So always remember, wherever we have any rupees just before the word shares, whenever we have any amount, any rupees just before the word shares, this is nothing but face value. This is nothing but face value, of course, or nominal value. And whatever amount we have after the word at, whatever we have written after at, it is nothing but market value. It was very, very important. See here, any amount rupees, figures given before shares, of course it should be in rupees, so that is nothing but face value or nominal value. And after the word at, if anything is mentioned, it is market value. So at present we have a company whose shares face value or nominal value is 70 and they are being sold in the market at the market value of 50 rupees. Please pause the video and copy all the things.